Let me begin by thanking the organizers for bringing us together for this very important discussion. The topic before us today is about institutions, but ultimately institutions are about people. Because at the end of the day, the true measure of justice is not found only in our laws, our procedures, or our offices. It is measured by whether ordinary citizens feel that government works for them. In the Philippines, our experience has taught us a very important lesson. Corruption is not only a legal problem, it is a developmental problem, a development problem. It is an economic problem, and more importantly, a problem of trust. When corruption weakens institutions, people lose confidence. Investors hesitate. Communities suffer. Public resources that should create opportunities are wasted. That is why our approach at the Office of the Ombudsman is very clear. Accountability must be certain, but reform must also be systemic. We cannot investigate our way out of corruption alone. Of course, those who abuse public office must be held accountable. This is our constitutional duty, but we will continue to perform that duty without fear or favor. But if we truly want lasting change, we must also ask the more difficult questions. Why did corruption happen? Where did the system fail? And how do we make sure it does not happen again? This means looking beyond individuals and examining the systems that allow corruption to grow. Weak controls, unclear processes, lack of transparency, and gaps in accountability. That's why we are strengthening prevention together with enforcement. We are reviewing our internal systems. We are improving processes. We are advancing digital transformation, and we are strengthening partnerships across government and with international institutions. Before coming here to New York, I wrote a letter to the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of the Philippines requesting the inclusion of the Office of the Ombudsman in their Justice Sector Coordinating Council. This reflects a very simple principle. The fight against corruption cannot operate in isolation. Corruption cases move through an entire justice ecosystem, from investigation, prosecution, adjudication, and ultimately the delivery of justice. If one part of that system is weak, the entire system is affected. By strengthening coordination among justice institutions, while fully respecting the independence of each institution, we can build a more integrated, cohesive, and effective approach to uphold the rule of law and deliver accountability. Because justice is not the work of one institution alone. It is the responsibility of the entire system. Our objective is simple: to make integrity easier and corruption harder. That is why SDG 16 is so important. Sometimes peace, justice, and strong institutions are viewed as separate development goals. But in reality, SDG 16 is the foundation that allows every other goal to succeed. You cannot have effective health systems without accountable institutions. You cannot build sustainable infrastructure without transparency. You cannot create inclusive economic growth without trust. And you cannot achieve lasting development if people no longer believe in the institutions created to serve them. Today, the Philippines is facing significant governance challenges, including complex investigations involving public infrastructure projects. These are difficult moments for any country. But I believe that moments of challenge can become moments of reform. When weaknesses are exposed, we have an opportunity and a responsibility to correct them. Because the goal is not simply to push or not simply to punish the mistakes of yesterday. The greater responsibility is to build better institutions for tomorrow. As we move closer to 2030, the governments must move faster. We need less discussion about why integrity matters and more concrete action on how integrity can be delivered. The work is not easy because institutional reform never is. But if we want citizens to trust government, government must first prove that it deserves the trust. And that is the commitment we bring from the Philippines. to pursue accountability and to strengthen institutions, and to ensure that the public service remains exactly what it should be, a service to the public. Thank you. For those of us working in accountability institutions, our mission is not only to find out what went wrong. Our greater mission is to help build systems that can do what is right. Because the ultimate success of anti-corruption work is not measured only by the number of cases filed or convictions secured. It is measured by whether we help create a government that works better for its people. So as we approach 2030, let us remember that SDG 16 is not just about building stronger institutions. It's about rebuilding the relationship between governments and its citizens. Thank you.